It was all over when you put the knife deeper in my back. And what hurts the most feels like I'm a ghost. Nothing feels like this, just want you to care, but I know you don't. When I think about you, I start blacking out. Can't stop the air rushing out. Taste the tears inside my mouth all over again, again, again. And now I'm flatlining. Just flatlining. I'm lying on the ground where you just left me.
Evening, everyone.
Features look like poop.
Why you gotta give me all the time? You have no right to put me in the ground. Why you doing that? When I think about you, I start blacking out. Can't stop the air rushing out. Taste the tears inside my mouth all over again, again, again. And now I'm flatlining. Just flatlining. I'm lying on the ground.
Bear with me a second. Just doing a few things here. Yeah, Margaret looks fantastic, right? Looks a little red, doesn't it? Curious to see if we recover from here. Ooh, I do have some puts, so it just reminded me. Just doing a very general count, not trying to measure anything or be specific. What is this? Oh, did I do that wrong? Santa really won't start till after Santa. Let's keep that in mind. No faith that no faith that Neo's gonna catapult to 100. Yeah, that was a really long bet too. Sometimes it's hard to see these things. You're like, sometimes it's easy. Sometimes the waves just pop out. Sometimes it's like they chop and chop and chop. Like here, for instance, like is this an A and this a B? Because that means we could come down even further. Should put us down here. Neo ain't going to 100. That's... Lucid's gonna be your next Neo, buddy. That thing's worth $10. But hey, what do I know? I'm just some guy on the internet. What do you guys want to look at tonight? You want to look at my list? You want to look at some things that you want to look at? I know someone was talking about Myrna. You look at Myrna. Start from scratch on this. So what are we doing? Look at all these gaps. Like this is nuts. This is crazy. It's like something that's like overseas, but Myrna's such a news-driven stock. Pfizer, we can look at Pfizer. AMD, sure. I'm not too picky tonight. I know what I like. I know what I'm looking at this week. If you want to know, cost you a cookie. Because Santa Claus eats cookie and milks. Ah. So, where are we going? Where are we going? Sometimes it's easier. I mean, is this the ABC or is this the ABC? I guess it's gonna matter. I'm more bullish than bearish on Myrna. Music kind of loud? I'm sorry, guys. Let me turn it down. You guys, just let me know if you can't hear me. I can always turn my headset up to hear the music louder, because you gotta remember, I don't hear anyone talking to me, so I'm trying to entertain myself as well while entertaining you guys. So, you know, it's one of those things where I could see this coming back up to 320, so you might be bullish tomorrow, but we're gonna get some sort of good news on in terms of the COVID thing. So some sort of Omicron news, whatever it is. But I'm sure this will go up tomorrow because this tends to go up when the market goes down. So it could go, depending on how this goes. This is either an ABC here, or we're making the B leg here, and we got one more leg down. So we'll see. This was such a banger. Look at this. Cup, handle, into old high, boom, done. Ah, man, what a banger. I mean, at this point, though, like, you know, I hit the 382 extension. Guess we'll see. There's a lot of bullish people on Pfizer right now. Let me pull up the options chain on this. My mic is off? You guys are just a bunch of whiners tonight. No, it's important that you hear me, obviously. Actually, Do I sound okay? Let me check my input for my mic. I'm wondering if it's hello. I have two mics, so sometimes it switches between them. Sound is good? Okay. I just want to make sure because, like, I have my dashcam mic, webcam mic, and sometimes it, like, just turns itself on. But obviously the headset mic. You did. I'm going to screenshot that. Alright, so you try to be too perfect, Xenon. So you can see the volume is extremely bullish. Volume is crazy bullish. This is from Friday. You see, we had a red day Friday, and the volume was crazy bullish. 90% in most areas, but the next few weeks we're not as bullish. 65% OI. We're getting more volume, same volume as we do have OI for this week. So that's interesting. Yeah, Krishna. I've been hearing different things on Nvidia. Some really big players are bullish on Nvidia. So this is just what you want to do. So you're either gonna have this, or you're gonna have this. So it's either gonna rally tomorrow, or it's gonna dip with the market, probably come back down to 56, and then as the market comes back, this will go with it. So I'm going to just catch up on some requests here. I do have some that I want to show you all tonight. I would love to go through all the indexes tonight too, see what we're looking at on futures. Not feeling this song, that's for sure though. So listening to some good ones last night. I just gotta... I think this is a good one. Nanya. Why are people still talking about GameStop? GameStop is dead. It's been dead for 6 months? 8 months? 10 months? Like, GameStop hasn't been a thing since last March. You guys gotta let go and move on. Alright. AMD. Let's look at AMD semiconductors. Whoa. Okay. Start over here. Alright, if this is an ABC here, so let's say this is the correction here, and this is the move up. Interesting. This is like a reverse, the flat to sharp. Those are always fun. So if this is the case, this could be a 1-2, but based on the market conditions that we have right now, I don't know if this is gonna... You would need this to be flat on open. I mean, and then you could probably get your run back there. But I have a feeling, it's either going to come down a few bucks. Maybe it comes back down to 134. So maybe you get one of these unopened, and then it goes like this. We'll see. And that would make a cup. I mean, let's look at GME if you really want to know. Like, I made this chart, by the way, like months ago. And you can see, like, didn't quite hit my target, but for the most part, it's been following. Like, it hit the 382, but didn't quite get to the 5 extension. But it's probably making a bear flag right here, and it's going to reject. Yeah, you can see this weakness here at the end of the day. And, you know, this is old support here. It's turning into weakness. This is going to now be resistance. And GameStop's going to go back to 40. I imagine it'll probably found a home around in the 40s because they've done so much cash raising, so they'll be worth more than they were originally. But GameStop's only like 8% shorted now. You're not going to get a squeeze on it ever again. Like, you need to find something different. This is just one of those that they're always just going to talk about on Reddit and Wall Street Bets and all that. So, again, like, don't waste your time on it. If you want to play it for small pumps here and there. Mic goes in and out. Hold on, let me check my connections. That might be something. I did do a lot of cleaning and move my computer. That could be. Alright, is that better? Hello! There we go. According to my audio mixer, it's... Wait. It does... That's weird. Wonder if it's the sensitivity. Could be the sensitivity. Alright. No, Tatum, you sound fine. You all sound fine. Alright, alright. Back to the list. Affirm. Wow. Okay, so... I don't remember what those were from. I was saying Affirm's probably going to come back down and fill this gap at 73. I mean, it's in a... Yeah, let's adapt that now. I mean, it's got this gap down here. It doesn't have to fill this gap, but I mean, it's basically, it filled this gap here. So if this doesn't hold 91, Affirm's going to come back down to 74. There's no real reason for Affirm to have ever run in the first place other than people, you know, wanting to catch the next big thing. You know, it's kind of coming to terms that, hey, I don't want to split my bushel of banana $50 order into 3 payments of $17. Jonathan Poor, what are my thoughts on buying profitable companies that have sold off? That sounds like what everyone should do. Alright. Firm PSTG. I really like this, by the way. I was looking at this weekend. There is one worry that I have. You kind of had a head and shoulders. So my only worry is you have this head and shoulders, and you can see the volume on the left. You can see this pump, and the volume has been getting weaker and weaker. And so, you know, it does have a nice uptrend. It's just, I'm worried it's going to kind of do one of these. To be honest with you, like, it's a great company, very bullish in terms of everything, but the chart doesn't look fantastic, and it keeps getting rejected at places it should break out at, and so I'm not gonna put my money into it. So, but I do like it. TikTok James, I like it. Alright, let's see what else we got going on here. Roku was amazeballs on Friday. So, you know, last Thursday I charted it Um, it literally, I charted it, it hit my price target, and then gave us a little bonus action. So we go on like the 15-minute. I was like, it's gonna hit 235. It hit 237. So a little bit of bonus action there. But it did hit 235 and then consolidate. So I sold right here. You know, I had a nice, I think it was like 500 to 700% that I made on it. So I was very happy with that. The dip in the morning did worry me, but I did average down a little bit and added at it as soon as it broke out the opening range high. I was adding all day, and I kept playing it and kept taking profits. It was a very, 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 very profitable day for me. You know, now it almost looks like that was just the wave 2 that's set up. So we're in a wave 3 now. So this looks like, you know, you got your ABC down. And this is your 1, 2. So maybe we see this. I'm going to make some butt cheeks here. Not quite sure. It'll all depend. Like I said, Roku has some really good news lately. A lot of big firms have been picking it up. I think the Motley Fool just called it their #1 2022 stock pick. I do like Roku, but again, like the market, it's going to be tough tomorrow because we're all going to gap down on everything. I think it's going to be a red to green day tomorrow. I could be wrong, but the big thing that makes me convinced that all these big moves are getting bought up is dark pool is like all-time high buying right now. Like dark pool is consolidating so much right now that I just don't think there's a lot of downside right now. We can cover TD. I'm in this too. I do have some puts on this. You know, this died at, oh, I didn't even see that last candle. Does that mean we're like way up at the end of the day? Yeah, we are up a little bit. That must have happened like the last minute. Yeah, last few minutes. I didn't see that. So this is either going to die and fill this gap down to 72, which I'm assuming that's what's going to happen with the market doing what it is. So I'm assuming we're going to fill this gap here and then maybe do a little something like this. I mean, there's no reason banks should be bearish, but the market's going to take it down. We're going to get a really good entry. We're going to cash out here for some nice profits, and then we're going to move on. So alright, let's see what else we got here. Ford. I've been loving Ford since $7. Alright, so Ford had these huge breakouts here. So basically it's been chilling in this, you know, and it came out, came back down. Maybe we need to adjust these things. Interesting. I'm a big proponent of Ford going to $30 by next year. But let's see. So I'm assuming this is an ABC down. You should find some ground around $19, $19.30. So I do think Ford's got a little bit more room down. I would love to buy it down here where this volume shelf is. Let me throw my volume indicator up here. Oops. We should probably also have RSI up. I love RSI. I probably use RSI more than any other trader that I know of. Maybe not. Am I a mouth breather? So you tell me you can't hear me, so I moved my mic closer to my mouth. Now you're telling me you can hear me breathing. I can't win. Now, let me even move it away a little bit. Don't love the RSI head and shoulders. You kind of see this. So I do think we kind of come down here, and then you kind of see the reversal pattern. So, alright. I will try my mic here. SE. Dapper's favorite. This thing has been getting annihilated. I mean, it's just been annihilated lately. I would not touch this until the channel breaks. It does look like it's starting to have a falling wedge, so maybe you get a breakout here. I mean, if it doesn't bounce here, it's not good. I mean, it needs to bounce. It needs to bounce here, in my opinion. At the latest, around 185. Otherwise, I think could really come down. So. Yeah, I mean, it's either going to go like this and come all the way back to 281. Like, this could be a huge move. So I know what Dapper's talking about. Let's call it, let's go 240. But, I mean, Dapper, you need to see this since you're here. I mean, the only way they make money is by selling more stock. They do have a good asset to debt ratio, so I'll give you that. 8 billion. So they have 8 billion in assets and they're worth 120 billion. So in terms of a company that doesn't make money, that loses 500 to 600 million dollars. Like, they are accelerating their, what just happened? They are accelerating their losses. So they went from losing in 2014 100 million a year to now they're losing 1.6 billion a year. They lost almost 600 million last quarter, and so they raised 6 billion, 7 billion almost, which is nice. So the money they raised is the only assets they have above debt. So if they're losing that, that gives them, so they're burning roughly what, 2 to 3 billion a year, 2-year runway. I guess a 2-year runway isn't terrible, but they need to do something to turn it around. In my opinion, this is a dead company and it's going the wrong way real fast. But that's just me. You do what you want to do. I'm sure a dead cat bounce is in there somewhere. So if you want to play that and make money, boom. Yeah, absolutely. I'm all about making money. So I'm sure everyone and their mom wants to see Apple. So let's just cover Apple. I already have Apple charted, so I'm not worried. This doesn't need to be up there anymore. This doesn't need to be up there. I'll be curious to see how Apple goes, because this is clearly a bear flag. I'm wondering if this isn't the full ABC, because if you do a measured move, I mean, it's made the measured move and then some, so that's done. But that doesn't mean, maybe I got the ABC wrong. Maybe this is the ABC, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is another ABC. So if that's the case, then you're coming down to 165 and maybe even 162. So Apple likes to do this, by the way, where it makes 5 waves up. I mean, I thought this was the start of a new one. So normally, if this is a full 1 here, this is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is our total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if this is a 1 through 5, and this is a bonus one, that means this is the start of another run, which means this could be a 1, 2, which a 1, 2, let's measure this out. If this is a 1, 2, and this is the start right here, this is the cap right here, that means, 164 to 168 is likely. We'll see, though. I'm not going to look at GRWG. That is a dead company. Weed is dead. Dead, dead, dead. Until it's federally legalized, there's no reason to talk about weed. It's like there's better things to look at, in my opinion. I've been getting a few requests for Target. I'll look at Target. Yeah, we can look at Docu. I want to look at that. I haven't looked at that in a little bit, so. And I always gotta look at Tesla. So, wow, Target, like, look how they murdered my boy. My cat just jumped in my lap. I gotta rearrange my pussy cat. Alright, so. And that's a diamond. Not a diamond, that's a triangle. What do you call it? Pennant? That's a pennant. So I'm thinking Target comes down to 217. Tell you what though, I'm a buyer at Target at 217. Like, there's only so low value companies can go, right? But I mean, at this time it's under this resistance, so it's probably coming down more. Yeah, if we get 50 likes, I'll look at some weed stocks, but I doubt we're gonna hit 50. You guys don't like to like anything anymore. Alright, let's look at Docu though. Wow, look at that gap. That is that's nuts. They didn't even have bad earnings. That's the funny part. Like, we really got to dive into the fundamentals to see why did Docu do what it did, right? Like, why did it sell off so bad? I'll even put on, if we get 50 likes, I'll put on weed music and we'll look at weed stocks. We'll have some fun. But I want to go into the fundamentals of Docusign, because a company doesn't beat earnings and then fall 50% normally. Like, they had a 26% earnings surprise and they fell from 230 down to 130. They fell $100 on a positive earnings surprise. So, why did that happen? One, they cut their earnings. You can see, they beat earnings the last 4 quarters. They lowered guidance a little, but overall, like, their balance sheet is terrible. Their book value is fantastic. They're a $30 billion company. But they lose money every quarter, which isn't good. They're losing less, though, which is important. But they, $30 billion company with $2 billion in revenue. They're 15 times revenue. Not great. I like it more in the 5 to 8 multiple there. But we get 51 likes. I will definitely look at a shroom stock. I know one. So. What was it? NMDM? Mind Medicine. It's the shroom stock. So, the big thing is they're finally just coming down to where they should have been. Like, they were pandemic favorite. Docusign is a great company with great fundamentals, with great growth. The problem is they're just overvalued. It's like, this is what should happen to a lot of stocks. I won't even say names, but this is what should happen to a lot of stocks out there. They just get it done with, and then we can go long on a lot of things, right? I do want to look at Disney. Disney made this island top. I'm wondering if Disney wants to come down to 130. I have a feeling the success of the Marvel movie Spider-Man this weekend should help it. So this is a higher low. I really want to see Disney over 155 before I can long this. Otherwise, this is just gonna chop. But Disney over 155, and we could head our way back to 170 at that point. I really do love Disney as a company. I don't think there's anything wrong with longing Disney. In my opinion, as long as you get yourself time. Time is the major benefactor on Disney. This is actually, I believe this was JP Morgan's top stock of the year was Disney. It was one of them. I forget. It was a big outfit just called this as one of their picks this weekend. Alright, Bank of America. Oh, Nvidia. Yeah, let's look at Nvidia. Oops, sorry. Old stream stuff on here. I traded Nvidia the other day, so I was trying to show people my trade. That's a nasty candle at the end of the day. I think Nvidia is going to fill this gap tomorrow. I think tomorrow is going to be basically the dip before the Santa rally. So we're going to get like this fantastic dip. All these stocks are going to come back to support, like major support, fill all these gaps, and then we can moon again. I lost the like. Someone's like, we're looking at weed stocks. I'm going to take my like away. That's okay. Free country. You're free to choose your own path. So, it's either going there or it's going to come down. I mean, it's possible it's got this gap down here to 230. Like, there's no easy way to say it, but Nvidia is extremely overvalued. Like, if you look at the fundamentals, what did the alert go off? Bitcoin? Interesting. Like, in my opinion, it needs about a 30% haircut. Like, price to earnings 80 in a semiconductor business is a little high, in my opinion. Balance sheet is good, but they have 40 billion in assets, and they're worth 700 billion. Like, they should probably be worth about a third of this, in my opinion. They're probably $100, about $130, $150 stock. Yes, Zenon, I think Ford will be, I think it'll be $30 by the end of next year. So, I think it's very possible Nvidia comes back to 230. Alright, everyone wants Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. Alright, I made this a week ago, and I haven't changed it. So, I do think it's possible we come down to 900. Tesla's just one of those stocks, though, that people just love to throw money at. And so, I think we did Apple already. I haven't done Microsoft yet. People are leaving now. But, it's one of those things where I'm going to stick with this. It would make sense for us to get a rally. If not, like, Tesla's probably coming down to 800. I mean, if we don't bounce this week on it, this is not good. But it makes sense. Like, even if you extend this, like, it makes sense for Tesla to bounce around 880 to 900 in this range. So if it doesn't hold there, it's going to come back down in this channel, in my opinion. Because this is what you call a bump and run, and it's either going to be a bump and run reversal or just a bump and run. So it's either going to do one of these, or it's going to do one of these, like I have there. So I could totally see it coming back down to 500. That would be awesome. I would love that. I would be here for it. I would short it, and I would love it. But Tesla's, like I said, it's got like that. It's got that stupid strength on it. Microsoft. I mean, all these. I mean, let's just put it this way. Would you buy this right here? Because I would. Like, that's going up, which means it's going down. Yeah, this market looks. That looks. I don't think. That's probably more like it. I don't think Microsoft's going to go under 300 ever again. Could be my internet, actually. Let me check my internet. Ah. There we go. Let's see. Bank of America. You keep talking about it. I mean, maybe Bank of America comes down a little bit more. I guess it's got some gaps. Like, I just don't love that all these stocks have these gaps back here, because that's the only thing that worries me, are all these gaps back here. I just saw, the thing about the Bank of America is I saw too much dark pool buying, too many in the money leaps, everything going on with it. Like, I admit Bank of America can come down more, but like, I don't see it going below 42 in my opinion. Like, that would goes below 42. Like, especially with like the fundamentals on these justify the price now. Anything more is just, I mean, we got a 12 price to earnings, so it's not bad. In terms of a bank, banks like to go between 10 and 20, so it's probably valued fairly estimate around 50. What is going on with my mic? I feel like I need to replug it in or something. Hold on a second. Dan, maybe it's your internet. Maybe it's not me. Alright. Let's do this. Hey, we're up to 40 likes. 10 more. We'll look at weed stocks tonight. Thank you. You guys all sound good too. Made me unplug and replug my mic. So, I would love to look at futures here. And I want to show you some of my setups. Like, I looked at a lot of you guys'. Now, I listened to you. Now you listen to me. So, I looked at your shit. Now you're going to look at my shit. So, I've been looking at this for a while here. I think I got it figured out. Yeah. So, my thing is like, this is terrible, right? Like, this could just be a 1, 2, 3 down, and we could be coming down to 446. Like we are getting annihilated right now. We should bounce here, but it wouldn't shock me if we didn't come down to 454. So, Bark, where's the bottom? I don't know. Probably going out of business. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those fraternal, like, always going down stocks. So, don't even look at it. Stop it. Alright, you guys want to look at some good setups instead of all these wannabe setups? This is one I was looking at earlier. Like, these are ones that you want to look at. These ones that broke downtrend, and what you're probably going to get tomorrow is a retest. Like, this is one that I've been watching for a while, mainly because of the options changed on it. Alright, let me show you for instance. Let's see if I can pull this up. This is why I played this on Friday too. Like, the option chain on this is just nuts. I'm gonna overlay this on the screen for you all. Like, anything I see that's just got like 80% calls in large amounts, always gonna get my interest. Bark is for long hold. That was Sundog, and he is not on my payroll. He is my fundamentals guy, so he was saying it fundamentally. Technically, it looks like dog crap, though. But I trust him. He's turned 50K into 5 million playing shares. So I will always give him the benefit of the doubt of being wrong on a few stocks when he's right on 9 out of 10 stocks. You gotta take, if you want to make money on shares, you gotta take some risk, and you inherit some losses when you take some risks. So I will back him up on that. Helen Keller, right? So DVAX, I really like this. I would love this to hold 1475. So we'll see what happens tomorrow on it. Petco buyout. I could see that. I could see a buyout, actually. That would make a lot of sense. Hold on, I'm going to pull this over on my third monitor here. That's kind of your hope. Alright, I was looking at this week, and I really like this setup. Like, if you're looking at it like this, it doesn't look that special. But then you zoom out, and you go, oh yeah, look at that, right? Like, that's a nice, you can't even deny that's a cup. And then you got your handle, and you got your retest of the handle. Like, I think this can go to 27. Yeah, Kirk, I agree with you. Never put your money into hopes and dreams. You want to put it into solid evidence. You can put a little bit of money into a rumor, buy the rumor, you know. But in terms of putting your house on it, like, and Bark was nice at one time because all the pet stocks were heavily shorted, so they all got some nice pops. But they're just coming back down to earth. They'll have their day. It's just not right now. DHI. This is another one I was looking at. This is from my Twitter list. You can see you got your butt cheeks here. You got your retest on this point of control, and so you also have. This is one of the reasons I also really like this. So, got a couple things going on for you. You got a falling wedge into support. So, regardless of market conditions, you know, this could just move sideways. We'll see, though. If you're into lumber, I like the WY chart. This is one I really like. This is an interesting stock. FLGT, Biopharma, healthcare nursing, gene testing and sequencing. And so, I believe this is actually pretty shorted as well. This kind of looks. The problem I have with this is it gives me like GME AMC vibes, where like it looks like it wants to come back up, but it probably really doesn't. I think that's where. Let me look at the current short interest on it. FLGT, Flugent Genetics. It's currently 13.5% shorted. Nothing crazy. 4 more likes, you get to look at weed. I was looking at EMPH. It's at the point where it should bounce. Like this, absolutely. Tesla's fundamentals have gotten way better. So from that aspect, I don't blame them. But for me, I don't know. I just until Tesla sells off a ton, I'm just not going to get on board. But love to catch the next rally, right? So ENPH should bounce here. I would like this is kind of like the SE chart, right? Where it looks like it's going into support. It's got that nice long wick that was bought up with a nice volume candle down here. So if you look at this nice volume candle, they had good earnings as well. So now we filled the gap from earnings. So it's either going to come and fully fill it at 175, which could happen tomorrow. But I would buy that. I would buy that dip. I could see this like starting at 175, and then we're going to go to 200, right? 50. All right, you guys. Gonna look at some weed. Here you go. Here's some weed, right there. There you go. There's some weed for you. There, no, I'll look at some stocks. I'll look at growing. I mean, what are you supposed to say? Like, it just goes straight down. I mean, it's at the point where it's probably going to $9, right? Like, they were profitable, and they're going in the wrong direction now. Balance sheet, you know, they're positive 300 million, $800 million company. They made $4 million in profits. It's a profitable company. It's got really good upside. Pfizer will probably... Where did I have it? I think I had it coming down a little bit and then mooning again. So, you know, it either bounces here. It's one of those things where this either is green tomorrow or it's coming down to $9 in my opinion. So, it's either going to do one of these or it's going to do one of these. We'll see though. Yeah, Avery and Airdrake should be back this week. I mean, Tilray looks similar. Like, weed's one of those things where you wouldn't think it's gonna go down anymore just because, like, here's the thing, like, last year, like, you know how electric vehicles and solar is this year? That's what weed was last year. So, like, all these huge runs, that was weed last year. Or beginning of the year. Here's the 2019. I mean, Tilray hit 300. And now it's $8. So, like, you think it could go lower, or you think it won't go lower, but yeah, it keeps going lower. So, thing is Tilray is getting to the point where they're trying to be profitable, but things are starting to turn on weed in a bad way. So, yeah. CGC looks similar. All these kind of look the same. So, they're either going to bounce right now, or they got even more downside, but I It's one of those things where how low can it go, right? This could be the week they run. Who knows? BlackBerry has earnings this week. I know that. I don't expect good things. In fact, I eventually expect BlackBerry to come down to $6. So, I think this eventually will come down, and I think this earnings might be the one to do it. Capital One's another one of those where, you know, they make a fuck ton of money, but they get no respect in terms of the market. Can probably come down to 142, but I would love to see Capital One fill this gap up to 164. I think it's BlackBerry is another one of those people, like, they just, it goes back to February of last year. People get obsessed with these stocks. And they're like, it's gonna go, it's gonna go. And they, no, it's not. Go find something else. Go play Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon. Something else that moves. Something that doesn't move like 3 cents a day and then just goes down forever. Right? So, that's going to do it for me tonight. I'm actually kind of tired. Let's look at futures one more time. We'll wrap the night up on futures. Ooh, Intel. Yeah, I will do Intel at futures and then I'm done. No more requests. I like Intel. I actually own Intel Leaps. I'm not worried about this whatsoever. I think there's a lot of FUD, and I think a lot of big boys have been buying Intel. Intel will have its day again. I like that it keeps making higher lows, but what I really like is they keep making a fuck ton of money, and they get no respect. And so, I mean, they are a semiconductor with a 10 PE ratio. A semiconductor where most have 50 to 200 PE ratios. So the problem is people keep thinking AMD is going to steal all their shit. Well, what's going to happen when Intel opens all these factories and then they're making all the chips for AMD? Then it won't matter who gets with contracts because Intel's going to have all the production lines for making everything. So they're going to get paid regardless if they're the ones getting the contracts or someone else is, right? And that's the shift that I love that Intel's going towards. Is they're going towards the Taiwan semiconductor shift. So TSM, they don't really make anything themselves, but they make everything for everyone else. So they're a chip producer. They make all of Intel's chips and all of these other companies' chips. And that's what Intel's pivoted towards. And I think that's what they should. And I think they should still continue to try to innovate their in-house. You know, they got some good stuff too. Like, they shouldn't get away from that, but I like that they're creating all these new factories for chips because they're going to make money off it, right? I mean, they haven't missed earnings. They actually have crushed earnings. The problem is they just keep saying it's the management. I feel like more than anything, they don't get investors excited. Man, look at that. Look at that perfect gap fill off of that news to 55, and it sold all the way back off. It's crazy. All right, let's look at futures. We'll look at ES and we'll look at NQ. I don't really care about the other ones. Alright, so we're bouncing right where we should. Been holding this 1% down. Love to see a rounding action into the morning. I do think it can come down a little bit further though. Yeah, I even think I think we got a little bit more room down. Like, I know we're got a green candle now, but I expect a little bit more room down, if not a lot more room down on the tech side. So the fact that we just couldn't get over, like, look how much we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, we have this fake out here, but for most part, like, they are not letting this get over. I have a face cam. I might use one day. I just don't like it, in my opinion. Like, I love just hanging out on the chart. Should I throw my face down here? We'll try it one day. I promise. Alright, everyone. Thank you. Have a great night. And don't get murdered in the market this week. So, trade light. It's going to be a low volume week. It's a short week. I don't have a nose ring. I at one time had a lip ring, though. So I do have a hole in my lip still. Girls love that. But when you get older, it's weird when a dad has a lip ring. Dude, Bulldog, that pizza was awesome, by the way. Like, we only had one of the pizzas so far, the spinach one, and it was so good. Really good. Really happy that you sent me that. So, really good buy. Definitely recommend Lou Malnati's frozen pizza delivery. Very good. So, yeah. Thank you all. Have a great night. Like I said, this week's going to be low volume. We're getting a huge move tonight. So, I wouldn't expect continuation tomorrow. It seems like we're going to get the full move tonight. I would expect a gap fill in the morning. So, be prepared for a nice, healthy bounce in the morning tomorrow. And then we'll go from there. And then this week, like I said, trade light. Wait till after Christmas. Don't go into Christmas stressed out because you lost all your money. Like, that's not something you want to do. Like, no one wants that. And come back after Christmas and be prepared for a Santa rally, right? So, thank you all. Have a great night again. And if you didn't like the video or the stream, then you just don't like unicorns, right? You like killing unicorns.